Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Before we begin, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell, and share this with someone that you think it would be a blessing to. And don't forget to join us every Wednesday night at 6:30 here in Surprise, Arizona. And remember, youth matter.
It doesn't matter your status. It doesn't matter how popular you are. It doesn't matter how financially stable you are, what your house looks like, anything like that. Apart from God, it doesn't matter. Now, this word enough is something that we use constantly every day. Did I put enough gas in the car? Is it enough? Did I try enough? Is it enough? I don't know. We measure to this standard. There's a standard that we measure our life to, and it's always the word enough. Did I play hard enough? Did I study enough? Did I put enough makeup on? Do I dress enough? Is this underdress? Is it enough? Do you think they'll accept me if I'm not enough? Isn't it funny? The world does like this limbo where it makes you feel like you'll never be enough because we have this technology that we look at and we see people's outfits, we see their houses, we see these cars, we see their followers, we see how many likes they get, the comments that they get. We constantly see all this stuff and we'll make it feel like I'm not enough. I'm not like that. But then yet it always tells you, yes, you're more than enough. Do whatever you want. You can achieve it if you believe it. You know, it's constantly giving you both answers. And it's like, what do I do? I can only imagine how confused some of you are in here tonight because of how the world answers questions for you. It is so weird. There's so many lies that it tells you. And if you don't have the right coaches in your life, and I even mean like the leaders, if you don't have the right people around you, it's so easy to get lost and confused. Right now, you are in probably some of the most confusing times of your life. Middle school, high school is super confusing and rough. Your identity is a tough one because you're figuring out, who am I? Am I enough right now? Do I have to be someone else to be accepted by people? What does this look like? I want you to know something when it comes to God. Without God, man, you won't be enough. You are enough right now to go to God, but you won't be enough without Him. That is the reality. That is the truth that the world will not tell you. They won't throw God in there. They won't throw Jesus in there, the price that He did for us to make us enough. They won't tell you that. They say, if you want to be enough, you have to do X, Y, Z. If you want to be enough, you have to look at this. You have to say this. You have to do this. If you want to be like us, you got to do this. But what Christ did on the cross was a way so that we could be made enough, more than enough with God. If you guys are looking to be enough, you are comparing yourself to a standard that you will never achieve, which is the world standard, which is all over the place. Now, God has a standard. It's perfection. That's God's standard. So do you really think that you will ever be enough to get to heaven by yourself, or a good enough person to get to heaven by yourself? No, none of us are perfect. All of us sin. Romans 3:23 tells us that we've all sinned. We've all fallen short of God's glorious standard. Each and every one of us in here have sinned. We've messed up. If you've sinned, which is an archery term, it just means miss the bullseye. I pull the arrow back, I shoot it, I miss the bullseye, I miss the mark of perfection. If you've sinned one time in here, if you've messed up one time, you are disqualified from going to heaven. It doesn't matter who you're trying to compare yourself to say, I'm not as bad as that person, so God should let me in. Even if you did one sin, you are not enough to get to heaven on your own. But the cool thing about God is His arms are wide open for you, and you are enough to go to Him right now. So many times we go to church and we look at people and we say, I'm not enough because I'm not as good as a Christian as that person. They have this many Bible verses memorized. They post pictures of drinking tea and having their Bible with them, they're a way better Christian as me. Or sometimes you see someone planning a game or doing worship up here and you're like, I'm not enough. They are way more Christian than me. I remember I got invited to youth group one time when I was in high school. I was not involved in youth group, but I went to youth group because there were cute girls and they did games. I was like, that's cool. And I remember I went to youth group. I sat in the back because I didn't want anyone to notice me. I didn't want people to think I wasn't this good, holy person like the people at church. And I saw the students on stage worshiping. And I immediately thought, I can never be as good as a Christian as them. I will never measure up to that. They are so good, I will never be on that stage. God's kind of funny, isn't he? I really believe that they were these amazing, holy Christians that I can never measure up to. But I want to encourage you again that we're about being real here, and church is about broken people coming together, admitting and knowing that we're broken. And it's because that we're broken that we know when we need a Savior. So everyone in here is not perfect. None of us in here have it all together, including me. And that's the beauty of having a Savior, because with him in my life, I am more than enough. I don't have to measure to anyone else's standards anymore because of what Christ did on the cross.